All right, welcome YouTube. This is gonna be the second league today. We're gonna be playing some four-color Death Shadow, and yep, we're basically playing black, green, splashing blue for like multiple cards, and then red only for TBR. So we're gonna see how this list works. I copied it from five, like the challenge from the last weekend, or from like a 5 or I don't remember, but list looks sweet, so that's the one I chose to play. It's so nice. Like it's so lean and mean, you know? I really hope that we don't run into like a Drasitron or something, because Chalice seems like a problem. Oh, I didn't answer your question, Pedro. Do you ever need second cavern with Reclaimer in the main? The main reason for cavern in the sideboard, the main reason for cavern in the sideboard is Grixis Shadow and Storm. It's not really because of control. And against those decks, you want to naturally draw the cavern because your Reclaimer is unlikely to live, or they're gonna get Thoughtseize away, or you just won't have the time, like against Storm. You just want to naturally draw your cavern so you can play around that stuff. I mean, this looks like a shadow hand, so I guess that we keep it. Hey, Seikot, how you doing? Playing the mirror? We seem to be playing the mirror. Oh, it could be Urza. Nice. So if I Thoughtseize here instead of Inquisition in, can I? No, I can't. All right, so we're gonna have to Inquisition. Dewifski, brutal. We're doing well, Seikot. We played the first league where we went 4-1, which was nice. Should I get Peatland going? Feels like I should. I think I'm gonna play Water Grape first, though. Double Karn. Sounds good, opponent. Sounds good. What can Karn get? Ensnaring Bridge? That's fine. Yeah, we're definitely stubby D in that one. Another stubby D. Thoughtseize. Huh, that actually is not bad. We get the Karn. We play the Peatland. Play the Shadow. See what they get. Maybe like a Wormcoil or something. Explosives. And Snare and Bridge. Alright. Clear the Karn. So I guess we fetch first. Oh no, this is actually a mistake. I shouldn't have done this. Because now I can't cycle now. Because if my opponent draws Urza, yeah, this was actually pretty bad. That's a goif. All right. So we're probably gonna trophy the bridge. That part is easy. Unless I draw another Oko, we should be fine, I think. Wamule with that tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you so much for the continued support, my friend. Really appreciate it. Alright, so let's start here. Stability is just such a good draw. So let's trophy that shit. Take 15. This is a weird amulet list. Yeah, I mean, I changed the title, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. I wonder if in the current meta we should be playing something like... if we should be playing something like... what's his name? Ancient Grudge. That's what I was trying to say. So I feel like I want this, I want this, and I want this. I kind of feel like I want this and this. And I kind of feel like I want this. And I kind of feel like I want these. I think I'm not going to go that far. I don't think I'm going to go the Veil route. But everything else... Oko is for another threat, and like we just saw my opponent playing like Ensnare and Bridges and stuff, we can blank them with Oko. Maybe I just don't want the Oof. Oof messes with my opponent's mana, that's the only thing that it really does. Bubble seems a little bit like a liability because of Karn. Discard spells look pretty good. TBR probably can come out. Shiva once upon. Why no Traverse? What do you mean? It's right there. There's 4 copies of Traverse. That's how we find our threats. So versus the Grixis Shadow list, we have 8 threats. This list actually plays 12. I'm just blind. Yeah. Yeah, Traverse is actually very important. Stabby I guess we can... yeah, my opponent's probably going to be shaving on the Karns. If not cutting them entirely. Probably just cutting them entirely. But they're probably still going to be holding stuff like... yeah. Veil of Summer? Are they going to play playing Veil of Summer? They might be, actually. Well, this deck seems very hard to sideboard with. We're learning this right now. I'm going to go with something like this. Of course, this is probably very wrong, but we're going to see what happens. Are you okay? I mean, it discards... it's more like clearing the path more than anything else. Like as a way to protect our threats. Okay. I'm into this hand. And we Street Wraith first, then we Once Upon, and then we see what's up. Oops, no. Ugh, that was bad. I did not want to do that. And you see why. And I got the Verdant Catacomb there because we really needed a blue source. I kind of have to kill this, don't I? Well, let's get it dead. Blue, black. Then we probably shadow plus stroke, hold up stroke. Go get a breeding pool. End of turn, take one, pass. I love that. I think that is hilarious. Thoughtseize. All right. What you got over there, OP? Assassin's Trophy. Okay. Get our basic Swamperino. Let's look at that hand. You got nothing now? Oh, yeah. So my options include Slam Oko right here. Or play a Shadow right now. Shadow is obviously the better clock. Oko is just more mana efficient. I think I'm gonna go the Shadow route. That's Shadow. Play that Shadow. So they're gonna Mystic Century back the trophy. Play Delta. Cycle here. Sure. Got no more basics. Green, colorless, blue. Foot. Go. Shadow in Mother, what are our streams? I streamed Shadow like a week ago. I'm gonna Mystic Sanctuary again. Okay. So my opponent is using their turns to like undo my turns. And I think I'm probably okay with this. They are denying themselves a draw step. They're holding a land in hand, which makes sense because of K command. And we drew a blank. Astrolabe. In before they draw Oko and we cry. All right. Please not draw any more lands. Punished. Instantly punished. Let's see what they draw. Overflowing Chalice. Oh, they're gonna shuffle it away. Wow. It's like they knew. It's almost like they knew. Something. Yeah, right. We have an unblockable 3/4. Holding up the fruit here, and we can basically get it at any point. All right. Because this enables Revolt for Fatal Push in case I need it. I've done that way too much in Legacy. That's hilarious. This is a weird game. All right. So now I'm actually going to crack the food because I'm planning on playing this Oof now. Nice. Immediately punished for my line, but that's okay. If it means I get to draw an Oko, I'm okay with this. Nice. Get out of here. They top deck Urza? What is this? Overflowing Chalice kicked 4 times. That's a lot of mana that my opponent has access to now. It would suck if that mana were to not be able to get activated. Yeah, my opponent was just giving themselves the out to draw Karn and just lock me out. I think that was the idea for playing out the Chalice over there. So I guess we're gonna serve first. Just make it food. Let's play Shadow. And pass the turn. Again, in case my opponent draws Urza, Fatal Push plus Revolt from the speed land is going to enable me to kill it. Damn, this deck is great! Deck's so good. If they can't Lattice, don't they just... Yeah, but I mean, I guess they didn't know that I had a thing, right? Like, of course, after the Oof came into play, yes, the Karn Lattice combo is no longer an out. But before that, the Karn Lattice log was actually a possibility for them. You just hit it. Yeah. Esper, Stoneforge, Shadow, when? Why? Why would anybody do that to themselves? Stoneforge in Modern, no bueno. Cause fun. I mean, we have donations list. If actually a cute bunny, if you're interested in it, with any donation of $15 or more, I will basically play any list that you want. It's a nice way to support the stream and also, you know, basically create the content that whatever that you want to see. Any list except Mill. I'm gonna have to step up the donation for Mill. He said, I want to see you play the Kraken Week deck. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. The only exception is for Mill. I would even consider playing something like Lantern. I know that like Jeff Hoogland had like a $200 donation if they wanted him to play Lantern, and people actually got there, which is just crazy. But Jeff is the streamer that we all want to be. The one that people are just desperate to throw money at. Are we really gonna play against Urza twice in a row? Is that what's happening right now? I voted for E-Train your Paul because I thought you would hate it. Well, joke's on you. No, I actually think that E-Tron is a solid deck. I would not be against playing it. I've called it Meme-tron for a while, but that it's before it became actually good, which I think it is right now. So, oh, hello. Uh, yeah, I think I want to throw a Goif under the bus here. Gonna get Breeding Pool and Watery Grave. Just Blood Crypt. I'm okay with throwing a Tarmo under the bus. This is fine. See what my opponent's got going on over there. 3 fairy. Well, that's annoying. Thoughtseize. See what you got over there, OP. Force of Negation, pitching Force of Negation. Alright. Is my opponent playing the Deputy of Detention deck? They probably are. Bant Stoneblade. Wow, they knew. They knew it was the only red source. So this is a dead draw. Brutal. Got the path. No path. That's good. Alright. So now the shadows are angry now. You've angered the shadows. Three fairy. No thank you. Fetching, of course, because I want to make sure that the shadows are. Well, I guess I had ferocious already. Never mind. That's 12. That's lethal. I just have lethal here. Yep. Well. Whoops. Definitely bringing in Veils. Mystical Dispute for sure. Oko, of course. Trophy, Drown the Lock. These are coming out. We just saw exactly why. I think I can shave on the pushes. I'm gonna leave in the Dismember though. Siding the basic mountain? Yeah, probably no. Probably Once Upon. I could see siding out Traverse as well. Because my opponent is very likely to have like rips and stuff. I need more information before I bring in these stateful strokes. Yeah. Why would they side in Rip? Because Rip is actually quite good against us. Alright. How does a sequencing look like? I guess we have to Once Upon first before we do anything else. You're gonna counter this? I would be very much okay with that. Sure. Yeah, so I'm probably like Inquisition in here no matter what, so I think it's correct for me to bubble my opponent to have perfect information. Jace the Mind Sculptor, you see? Ha! Ha! Got him. I told you they were going to have a rest in peace. So, Street Wraith first, bubble. Look at this sequencing. Oh, baby. What is this? Death Shadow. Do we want another Shadow? We kinda do. We also want Inquisition right now, so we can take the... I guess we take the Path. Do we want another Shadow? I feel like we do. Spell Scenario you can cast once every time on their first upkeep, I guess, just for future purposes. I didn't suspect they would have Spell Scenario. I kind of assumed that either they would not play this card or that they would have sided out. Like there's very few targets in our deck, so I'm actually okay with them Spell Scenario my once upon a time. Like I don't really care. So there's a Shadow on top of our deck, and we're gonna be drawing a card on their upkeep. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Inquisition now. And I'm going to take their Path. I'm actually going to take their Oko. Because otherwise I would be forced into stubbing their Oko. And I would rather save the stubby D for the Jace. Brutal. I kind of need another land before I can do anything here. So I'm just going to pass. But one is going to feel my Watery Grave. It's fine. Yeah, it's okay. Yep, that's what I was planning on doing. So we're going to get a Breeding Pool here. Whoop, Breeding Pool. Once upon a time. Delta. And now we're going to fetch. Go get Overgrown Tomb. Shadow. Shadow. Now the question is if I stub EBD the Path. And I think I do. Because if my opponent taps out for Jace, I can do a lot of stuff. So I'm okay with this. Snap stub ED is fine. That's okay. Swing. They chomp. Sweet. Now we Yoko. Food, go. They finally found the land. Shock. So the only thing I could have here is like Beak Lake or something. Oh. Yeah, that one's pretty good. That was pretty good. Sure. And now my Stubby D is not live anymore. Yeah, that's actually a problem. Huh, guess I should have played around that Quaddle home. Perfect time. Yep, things looking bad now. Things looking pretty bad now. Get a top land. Right on time. Swing a Jace, obviously. Have another one of those. Remember that shit. Let's see what they do here. If they have Cryptic, tap and draw, do I Veil or do I Stubby D? Like, the fact that Stubborn Denial is not active is what makes me wonder this. Yeah, but on the other hand, like, I really want to draw a card. Because if I find a Shadow or a Goif, I'm actually in a great spot. Hey Guru, how you doing? Opponent really tanking about this one. Doesn't it cycle regardless? What do you mean? The Veil? Yeah, the Veil cycles. God damn it. So they're gonna minus on the food now. But I can Veil it. Oh, they don't. Okay. This Jace has been doing some stuff and some things. I think I have to Veil here, just to gain a turn. Just so my opponent cannot, like, minus on my thing. Yikes. Oh, this is brutal. The tempo play. This is so my opponent cannot, like, throw something. Like, they cannot throw a chump blocker again. Also, I only have a single blue source, so I'm never going to be able to hold up both things. Yeah, so they pay. They're going to TEF plus. Oh, they minus on Lave. Interesting. So let's do things properly. We're going to attack the fairy, kill it. We're going to trophy the Jace. And now we're going to be able to play at instant speed. So we're going to, if my opponent has like a force of negation, we're going to be able to counter. They don't. Right, so we create a food then. It's very possible they have another Jace here. Yeah, this like we're way over the time of rest in peace mattering. It's not a bad draw actually. So let's see what my opponent's got going on over there. Cryptic counter draw. All right. All right. Food token. I should have. No, I actually shouldn't have switched because they can bounce my Quaddle at that point, and then they can replay it. So yeah, this is better. They went super hard on protecting the Jace because that Jace was winning them the game. Like if I had been in my opponent's shoes, I would have gone for that as well. I don't think that them protecting the Jace was like showing weakness. So let's start here. Classic. Let's food it up. I'm gonna food you. Food you. Did my opponent draw? They drew all 4 Quaddles. That's crazy. They only have 20 cards left in their deck. They went through a third of their deck. That's hilarious. Verdict. Yep. Well, that actually is a show of weakness. Huh. Brutal. Alright. Here's hoping that my opponent does not have like a Spell Queller or something. Because I'm at 2. Brazen Borrower. That would have been brutal. Yeah, my opponent's using Supreme Verdicts and killing my like random dudes. So I have no more fetchables. Create a food token and cast Street Wraith. Mana Leak. Okay. All 4 Astrolabes. Wow. They just didn't have it. That's insane. Oko by himself just won that game straight up. That's ridiculous. Wow. This card, man. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Why would they print this card? Wow. Like, my opponent was just like jamming Supreme Verdicts because they were at 2 and they were just like destroying my food tokens. What a ridiculous card. What a ridiculous card. I really didn't think that I was winning that game. No lander. Do we leave dangerously? No, we don't. We mulligan. This is better. I think I'm gonna. I think I bought on the Wraith. They should have bounced token with the Teferi. I mean, they didn't know that I had an answer to the Teferi and the Jace. So their idea was to like guarantee value from Teferi, and then like I answer either the Jace or the other one, or the Teferi, but not both. That, I think, was the thought process from my opponent. It didn't end up working, but that, I think, was the idea. Okay, things are looking good here. Also, can this deck beat? I guess we have like one Yixlid Jailer. That's it? So we basically cannot beat Dredge. Well, at least we snapped off that reunion. I guess I'm gonna activate this now. It doesn't matter. I need to draw the card because I need to find the land. We're drawing another Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's a blank. Oh, they couldn't bounce the token. Yeah, that's right. That's actually what happened. So they drew. Oh, they exiled the chill. Yeah, so we can't win anymore, right? We just concede. Like we just couldn't afford to miss that land drop. I guess this guy. That's it, really, right? The only control decks 5-0 in our band. This Stone for lesser band. Shadow has it. John has it. Anything blue, green, red, Soko. Yeah, I mean, Urza, right? Like literally the best deck in the format. It only exists because Oko is a card. If Oko weren't a card, the Urza deck would not exist. It's so sad that this is literally all we had. Yeah, I guess this list is not very ready for. I'm gonna keep this. This list is not particularly ready for the for the Dredge matchup. We reveal Inquisition. All right. we're going to draw said Inquisition. We're gonna said Inquisition my opponents. And we're definitely being in that Merchant of the Veil. So now we can, well, so yeah, we're basically locked into veiling. I guess I did this wrong. Because my opponent's gonna fetch now. I did that wrong. But like I need to put a clock into play, so we are kind of locked into playing Goyf here. Actually, let's get the breeding pool. Hardly see that. It's okay in Legacy. Will be banned eventually, just not before the new set comes out, which it costs already would look like literal should get back in Modern 2. I mean, they really messed up, and they owned up to it, right? Like they said, like this was definitely not what we expected. Like this ended up being way better than we originally thought it was going to be. So they have one Mire. That's it. We played slow here, right? I feel like I have to cycle here, unfortunately, but... Alright, yeah, I think we're going to play it slow. I'm not going to Thoughtseize because that's going to make the Ghast hasty. Now we're just going to hope for no Crippin' Chills. God damn it. And they also milled the Bloodghast. God damn it. Like that, those were like literally the perfect cards for my opponent to hit there. We're kind of dead now. That is absurd. No, I have like double Starwood out in my hand, which is doing literally nothing. Yeah, this this game did not end up playing the proper way. The way that I was expecting, at least. Why can't I counter it? Because my opponent didn't do anything. Like, they didn't actually cast any spells. So I guess they're not going to be dredging next turn. They're going to be drawing a Mire. So we turn one, turn off 2 Oko. So they probably need to attack with everything. They're taking another turn off? Okay. Yeah, like the Bloodghast attack is free, I guess. So they're gonna play a land either way. I need a traverse, and I need to traverse for exactly Yixlid Jailer. I basically need to traverse like this turn. Or like naturally draw the Jailer. So they loan back 3 lands. Play the Ghast. Yeah, if they were gonna play, they basically missed 2 damage for no reason. That's not a Yixlid Jailer. So now I have 2 blockers, so I'm only taking 1 from the imp. And I can even kill the imp if I need to. I'm like not excited about killing the imp though. Because it lets them dredge faster. Double Miba. My opponent's pretty good at this dredging thing. God damn it. Yeah, my opponent definitely not the best dredge player I've ever seen. They're tapping very poorly right here. Stop that for 5 goif. Yeah, TBR doesn't win me the game here, so make a food. So if I swing with goif here, I can block next turn, gain 3, assuming I cannot beat my opponent dredge and chill. Like that's just not something I can do. So I have to try to win this game because like my opponent otherwise is gonna stay at 14 and I'm just not clocking them. So I think I swing with the goif in order to try to potentially set up lethal for next turn. Yeah, but the longer the game goes, the better it gets for my opponent. That is the problem. If the longer the game went, it gets better for me, then that's easy, right? But the longer that the game goes, the better it gets for my opponent because of cards like this. Like now I have so much more to deal with. So by attacking there, now TBR potentially wins me the game, which otherwise wouldn't. So it's not about just trying to win, like just trying to not die. It's about trying to win the game. Now at this point, like the price amalgams are going to be too much for me to handle because I'm going to need to chump the Bloodghast. Like that's not really an option. Because otherwise I just die. Huh. Yeah, so I can't not sack the food. If I don't block here, I go down 1. No, I think I need to get lucky this turn. Yeah, because it actually forces my opponent's fetch. And now I can push the imp. My opponent's going to go down to 8. The amalgam's coming to play tapped. The ghasts can't block. And yes. Wait, they have something? This one we can actually stability. And it was all because I attacked last turn. So now we're going to make a food, we're going to crack it, that enables revolt, we're going to push the imp, and we're going to win the game. And this was only possible because I attacked last turn. If I had not attacked, I would have lost this game. Traverse right on time, I know, right? Play well, get rewarded, etc., etc. That was hot. That game was hot. Feeling like I want brutality over maybe something like Thoughtseize. Like, it just seems so costly. I also kind of feel like I want more Orcos. Street Wraith looks like a very tough liability. Something like this. I guess I'd rather have Drown in the Luck. Yeah. Yeah, this matchup looks horrendous. I'm very happy with how I played that game specifically, though. I think that if I had not figured out that I needed to attack with that Goyf, we were never gonna win that game. We got one Wraith Cycle, we have a Shadow, we have an Oko, we have a Dead Traverse. I think we gotta ship it. This actually seems better. So we're gonna keep this, and I think we're gonna bottom the Plague Engineer. Do we? Or they Drown in the Lock? Actually, I'm... yeah. Let's bottom the Engineer there. Turn one Horn. Brutal. Well, at least this enables for a potential early Shadow. Okay. Oof. I guess I'd rather draw a card than not draw a card, so I'm gonna take it, but I'm not happy about it. Just don't find Dredgers, please. Or Chills. God damn it. Alright, they have no Dredgers at least. I think I need to preserve my life total. So I'm gonna get a Water Grave here. And then I'm gonna shock for Blood Crypt. Play Shadow. Like, it feels like to win this game, I'm gonna need either that guy that I bottomed, which makes me very sad. I'm gonna need the Engineer, Assassin's Trophy. Nope. Brutality. I think I'm going to hold this. So I think I'm going to play the Tomb tapped. And I'm going to attack with Shadow. Down to 16. Reunion. Going to target spell. Blue, black. Thank you. I'd rather you don't do that. So my opponent's going to be able to conflict for 1. I think we just cycle here. Second Shadow. Yeah, that's actually kind of nice. Right, so 6 here. Play Shadow. Pass. Next turn I can present up to 16 damage. Only 1 chill. And their only card is Imp. Yes! Yes! Alright, I think I'm playing this league pretty well. I don't want to, how do people say, toot my own horn? Sound my own horn or something? But I am very happy with how I'm playing this league. And this is why I like Death Shadow so much. It makes me think. Stupid card is so weird. Stupid card is so randomly weird. Toot. Yeah, there you go. That's such a funny word. And when I mean toot my own horn, I mean that's how you toot your own horn, right? Sorry. Yeah. The easy and stupid puns are my specialty. You should know, Seikov. You should be used to them by now. You got it, Badum, on that soundboard. That's actually an interesting one. So basically, you put your thing here, and you can like search. Whoops. You can search, right? So, Badum. Let's see if I put that. Yes! Yes! Oh yeah, that's going straight to favorites. Oh, this soundboard thing is just hilarious. The fact that somebody wrote it, spelled it badumps, it's just hilarious. Yeah, we're shipping this in. Yeah, we have that Darth Vader no. Oh, we have a bunch of classics. We have Then we have this one. Big fan of this one.
This is Sparta!
Classic. And then this one brings me back to my childhood.
It's over 9,000!
Big Dragon Ball Z fan back in the day. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this hand. It looks potentially good. Like, I don't know whether it's good or not yet, but it looks like it could potentially be good. That doesn't strike me as a great draw. So I'm going to Inquisition of the Swamp because we don't have a second land yet. And say what? I'm going to just skip this hand. I think I take the Opal here because the Opal can ramp up the Urza while the Amber cannot. What are we looking for here? They drew an Emry. No, they didn't. Okay. All right, so we get of course banished because of my play, but it's okay. Like I was expecting to fetch for a breeding pool. Like that was the thinking process. So if I want to fetch for a breeding pool, then I can't really, like, if I want Inquisition on one, I need to do it off a swamp. Well, there's the breeding pool. Well, we still kind of need my opponent to do something over there. Because this dumb Traverse is not live yet. Whenever they play the Urza, I'm going to dismember it with a trigger on the stack, and that's going to enable our Traverse, and things are going to be better, but I'm going to try to hurt myself as much as possible here. So we're going to fetch shock. It's going to be down to 8, down to 6. Traverse for Shadow. Play it. Holding up stubby. You get nothing for 1 mana, opponent. Come on. Emry costs, sorry, Seiko, I didn't answer the question. Emry costs 1 less for each artifact you have in place, so the Mox Amber just adds to that. So it's 3 mana, but it has affinity, basically. Wow, it took my opponent a long time before they figured out that they could tap the Mox Amber. Biting Needle. Yeah, we're going to shock here. Blood Crypt. Gonna shock here again. Watery Grave. Now we pass. They can pit in either whatever they want. Basically, all it does is just grows the construct. Funny how I've been facing a ton of Urza decks. The Royal Scions. My opponent just got a card that is not in my deck. Well, let's see what you're drawing over there. Another Mox Opal. That's fine. Traverse, Shadow, cast Shadow, go. It would be nice to draw a push, so I just don't need to worry about this construct anymore. Yeah, second Shadow is another way to not worry about the construct. So they have Misty, which cannot sanctuary anything back. And this is another Urza. That's brutal. That's insane. Ugh. My hand was just a little bit too slow, unfortunately for me. These constructs are massive now. So now I actually do need a push, like for real. Push. So if I shock here, see 11, that's 22. So my opponent needs to like throw a bunch of things to not die. I'm into it. This card is kind of silly. When you have this board state and your shadow opponent just like, yep, serve. Must feel interesting. That's fine. Pass priority. Spin Ursa and paradoxical outcome? You have to be kidding me. They just like randomly spiked the PO. That is ridiculous. Is this lethal? Wow. I really wish I were as lucky as my opponent. Play second shadow. Of course, we're gonna stop the PO, obviously. Then we're gonna hope that my opponent is only lucky once. You want to do card paradoxical outcome. There we go. All right, Seiko, thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. Sahili Sublime Artificer. That guy is actually fine. That girl, actually. Mm-hmm. They're 1 mana short. For another activation. Alright, we're good now. Where were you last turn? Attack them, attack them. Feel like a real shadow player always having it. Alright. Yes to this ones. Yes to this one. Yes to this one. Yes to this one and yes to this one. This is because of the Thopters and the thingies from the stupid card, the servos from the girl we just saw there. In this matchup, actually, I do think that we're gonna need Team more Battle Rage. We can't separate out like we did against Simic Urza deck. The other one is more of a kind of like control mid range deck, while this one is more of a combo deck. So we definitely need a TBR in order to beat this version of Ursa. I still feel like I need Okos in my deck. Just realized I have every card for this deck except Traverse. Nice. Yeah, this deck is pretty amazing actually. Like I'm very impressed with like the 3 matches that I played so far. I'm only missing Okos from this list. And I guess the one of Mystical Dispute. Got everything else. So we want all the discard spells. These are cards that kill Ursa, so we want them. How do we sideboard? I'm just cutting cards at random at this point. Yeah. Okay. No bubbles. No, the bubbles are actually very important to enable our Traverse package. Like whenever you have a dead Traverse in your hand versus whenever you have a live Traverse, it's such a massive difference. That like I only sideboard bubbles in like, for example, when we're playing against Karn decks or something like that, when if you draw it off the top, like you can't really afford to have like a, if your opponent has a Karn, you're just dead, right? This hand has basically no interaction at all. I think I'm gonna ship it. Ugh. Deck, why me? We really need a blue source here. I think I'm gonna keep though. E for 1. That's fine. Bubble. You. They're drawing an Ursa. Damn it. Okay, so that I know that I don't want a Thoughtseize then, so I'm just gonna Inquisition. They already have an Ursa. Alright. Alright, opponent. Alright. God damn it. I mean, at least they don't have mana. They played Delta. Alright, so we're taking this turn off to cast one of my Goyfs. I'm going to play a Burning Pool here. Because my opponent cannot cast Ursa this turn. So we're going to take the turn off. We're going to really hope to draw a land. I guess that even if we don't draw a land... We did draw a land. Sweet. Alright, so attack with Tarmogoyf. They had a Sai which they didn't cast. Yeah, we're taking that one. Because they can't. Never mind. Oh, I'm stupid. I wanted to play Goyf. Oh, that's so... Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's super mega bad. Alright. It's not the end of the world. We're still in this. Oh man, like I could have presented a two turn clock, and now my opponent's gonna be able to play the Urza before I get to stabilize. Huichin Huel. It's weird, but I think yeah, I'm gonna stop this because that enables my opponent Mox Opal. Also, now we swing for 5. Blood Crypt. Play Shadow. Pass the turn. We got the counter for the Urza. We are GTG. Lave is good. Right. We were not punished by my punt. Opponent goes in their own terms. 4-0. No big deal. This deck is feeling super powerful, by the way. This deck is better than Grixis. I don't know if it's better. I like it much better, though. Like, the fact that you have Shadows, Goyfs, Traverses, and Okos means that you have, like, so many threats. My main issue with the Grixis Shadow list is that it happens very often. Like I think we even played against Grixis Shadow today, and like this actually happened, where my opponent just like never found a threat. Like they would just not play anything. They would just like pass the turn to me, and like the longer that the game went, of course, it comes to a point where you cannot keep up with Amulet, right? Like we streamed Amulet earlier. This deck is way less likely for that to happen because we have up to 14 threats while we have access to the same like cycling cards that the Shadow deck has. The only thing that we're missing is like the 4 Thought Scours. But like the fact that like we have never really struggled to put a threat into play in the 4 matches that we played, while we did the other day when I streamed Grixis Shadow. But yeah, also like I really like Goyf. I'm a big fan of the card Tarmogoyf, so this is much closer to John's Shadow than to Grixis Shadow, I think. It has a little bit of the John Shadow aspect, but it has a little bit of the Grixis aspect, I mean, but it's mostly a John Shadow list. TBR also is kind of a big deal. Like I think it might just be worth the splash, especially in the current metagame. TBR is such a good card. I have seen some lists, however, that were like straight up a bug, right? Like just straight up bug Shadow, which is something that I have messed around with in the past, and it just was not good enough. Like I really tried to make it work back, actually, very little before I started streaming. I was messing around with a bug Shadow, and I just couldn't make it work. But the bug Shadow list that I've seen have 2 cards that made the deck significantly better, which are of course Oko, which is a stupid card, and also there's like the Aven guy, the this guy, Windcaller Aven, which when you cycle, it gives one of your creatures flying, which is like your way to break through within bug colors, which I thought was super smart. This hand looks excellent, by the way. We got a Thoughtseize, we got Bubble, we got Shadow, we even have like a piece of interaction. This hand is very good. Tried Map the Shadow, but it's not good enough, and I'm back for Grixis. Oh. Yeah, by the way, the reason why I just hang in there for a second was because my opponent asked me for a price split, and I'm like, sorry, I'm streaming. um, I guess I bubbled myself because I'm gonna be Thoughtseize next turn as well. So we're drawing a water wave, which I don't want to draw. So we're just gonna go get Overgrown Tomb, Inquisition my opponent. I think I'm gonna get the Puppetry here. That is like their engine card. Well, we have a dead draw there. Cycle. Goif. Watery Grave. Yes. Thoughtseize you. Grape Shot. Yeah, I think here we get the idea some bound. This is the only way that my opponent can really combo off here. Then we put a Shadow into play. All right. Opponent just casually undoing my hard work. Another Pierce through Depths. Okay. Put a Goif into play. The reason why I'm not trophying this, of course, is because it has Hexproof. We need to draw some counter magic here. If we draw counter magic, we're going to be fine. But if we don't draw counter magic, then we might lose. That's brutal. We just basically have 3 blanks in hand. Think I'm gonna. Let me think. So we are swinging for 9 here. Yeah, I think it's better for me to cycle. Stubby D. That's not a star now. My opponent's gonna go for it this turn. It's not like they have any other options, so yep, they got there. That's very unfortunate for us. They only need to make it to 9. Storm, they're up to 5. Grape Shot. They have another Grape Shot? Other Remands or something? Yeah, they have another Grape Shot. Alright, sweet. So that we just died. Yeah. Like, we just draw 4 cards that didn't do anything. Post-sideboard, our matchup becomes significantly better, though. Bring in more counter magic, Dumping Sphere. They do play Past in Flames. But, yeah. Something like this. Yeah, this looks good. Where were you, boy? Where were you, boys? I would imagine this is actually a pretty good matchup. Like, we just need to draw reasonably. I'm going to keep this hand. Got to turn to Goifo. Gonna bubble myself first, see what we got on top. Because we're gonna try to fish for discard spell. That's a Street Wraith. Do I want to take damage? I don't think I do. We're kind of on the Goif plan here. Nice. Nice. Sylvan's crying. Huh. I think I'm gonna go with the Scrying here. My opponent cannot win if they don't draw their stupid land, so... Play their island. Just gonna play our Goif. Next turn we can Brutality plus. Brutality plus Drown. And they can't really go off before turn 3. Nice. Inquisition you. Poggers. Wow, they have the actual combo. But it's fine, like we have the answer in Dragon the Lock. So I guess I take the puppetry. Actually, I think I'm going to spend this turn to go get Blood Crypt and just make my opponent discard. Since there's nothing that I'm gonna be doing. Now they can play their Lotus Field. They suck the lands. And now, yeah, this is good. Now we have lethal, and we have drawn the lock to counter like whatever thing they do. So we're gonna win this one. It's cute that they can Exarch and they untap their own Lotus Field. That's kind of cute. So we're gonna get a little bit more info here. Guess my opponent's probably gonna Echoing Truth. Huh. Well, we stabby that. They concede. Alright, so we did get more info, and my opponent did not. So that was definitely a good exchange for me. Certainly a good exchange for me. Alright, now that I know that my opponent is on the Kiki Jiki plan, I think I don't want Oko, and I don't want Plague Engineer, and instead I'm gonna have Dismember, and I guess Disdainful Stroke? Is that better than Trophy? Probably? Although I would not be surprised if my opponent just like sides out the Kiki Jiki package now. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. We got 3 lands, which is definitely on the high side of things. But if we manage to like put a threat in play on turn 2, which we hopefully are going to be able to thanks to this Once Upon a Time, then we're going to be in a great spot. Bubble is actually a very solid. Oh, actually no, we want a Once Upon first. I almost made a very huge mistake there. Okay, we're gonna find the peatland. Now we bubble ourselves. Polluted Delta, no thank you. Thoughtseize, Veil of Summer, brutal. I feel like I should have seen that coming with my opponent just like playing and doing nothing there. Maybe I should have been a little bit more careful. Going pretty hard on those cantrips over there. They bottom 2 every time. Crazy. Nice. I'm gonna play the peatland here because it's gonna help me lose 1 more life, so I can play the shadow next turn. Triple stubby is kind of brutal. Traverse for Street Wraith. Cycle. Shadow. Peer through the depths, resolves. Puts Veil of Summer in their hand. Brutal. We definitely need a second blue source now. Let's see what they draw. They're gonna draw Psychic Puppetry, okay. Another Wraith. Ideas and Bound. Alright, so they did basically nothing there. They just drew 3, discarded 3. Kind of lethal here, so that's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 2. So I do have lethal. Thoughtseize you. Opponent Veils. I stub. We Seath. Now we cycle. We see what they draw. Lonely Sandbar. I do 9. 18, yeah. No, Traverse is for Goifus. Oh no! Wow, that's crazy. I totally forgot that they could do that. Well, we got there. I mean, we're still fine because my opponent is drawing a Lonely Sandbar. Well, I guess he can cycle it and draw something. Wow, they got the nuts? Oh no, they can't. They can't win here. Alright, so we're fine. Whew. Whew. Well, can they? No, they can't. Oof. That was close. I almost punted that real hard. So let's swing first, so we can deal the 9. Now that we've attacked, with brutality. My opponent is very smart, huh? All right. Yeah, I punted this game like 3 times already. I think my opponent needs to draw a land. Because they can go off with the passing plays, but this costs 5. Woof! Yeah, I punted multiple times this game. Yeah, I think that was a punt. I mean, was it though? Maybe it just wasn't. Oh yeah, with 5-0. Yeah, that was definitely the match that I feel like I played the worst. It didn't end up mattering because we got the 5-0 anyway, but that was definitely the only game in that league that I felt like I played pretty poorly. Didn't matter. Played so tightly the rest of the league that it made up for everything, and everything is great. And we got the 5-0, and we can finally do our 5-0 ritual of the classic. All right. Oh yeah, I love the clapping thing. This list was very good. I'm very impressed by this list. Yeah, I was very impressed by everything that we got going on here. Not just the one Titan pony. Thank you, Freedmania. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, my friend. Thank you for that Twitch Prime. That Twitch Prime support. Yeah, this list is super powerful. It felt very, very good. It felt super powerful. Like everything that we were doing, um, just felt like I was doing so much more things than my opponent was doing. And like the way that I was sequencing my plays, and like I had card selection with bubble, I could cantrip from my lands. I was only playing like 17 lands, and 3 of them just cantrip. So that this came up multiple times actually, where we just like cycled a peat land and we ended up drawing into something good. Oko cut it too strong. Yeah, Oko was nasty. Oko was nasty this league. Like against that Bant control deck. Whew. Oko did so much work. Against Urza, Oko did a fair amount of work. Yeah, I'm definitely sold on this list. I will for sure play it again in the future. But yeah, that's gonna it for this league. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for checking it out. And make sure you like and subscribe and all the good stuff, and leave your comments if anything. Or if you want to check out all the other the previous league from today, you can do it in the link below. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you. See you in the next video.